Fat loss on the go, or you can call it the fast food fat loss. 30 days of eating out and still losing body fat, and this is how I would do it. So this 30-day challenge is if I could not cook from home. Maybe I'm in a different city, or maybe you're just too busy on the go all the time to cook from home, and that's the lens that I'm taking. So this very first video, I'm gonna show you the essentials, the things that you can have on hand ahead of time. I'm gonna hit up a grocery store, and I'm gonna hit up a supplement store, and I'm gonna explain to you why these things would be so important, but also really easy to have on hand and will make your life so much easier if you're traveling or you just can't cook from home.
So I'm imagining that I just landed in a city, and the first thing I would do is I would get my home base essentials. Base essentials are things that I can eat on the go, that I can keep in a hotel room, that are very simple, and whatever I actually want to team up with a protein shake very effectively. In most cities you're in, you can go into a basic grocery store and get a handful of things that will be modestly cost effective, but more importantly, very convenient and still really healthy options. Let's go see. So first thing on my list for essentials is going to be strawberries. Usually get strawberries, a pretty good load. Not super cheap compared to when you get them in season, but that vitamin C in strawberries is totally worth it, so they are a staple for me. My next fruit of choice is going to be an apple. Apples are the easiest thing to eat on the go. They're modest in calories and they give me amazing satiety. They actually don't have a ton of nutrients. There's not that much vitamin C. The satiety effect and giving you good steady energy throughout the day is totally worth it to me. I'm only going to get a couple fruits today because, again, if I landed in the city and I'm only there for 2 or 3 days, I'm not going to get a high quantity of these things. If I was at home, I would get 3 or 4 different fruits. Just 2 to stock up is a good way to start. Next one I get would definitely be mixed nuts. Most people at home, I wouldn't recommend mixed nuts too often, but they are very efficient because they're easily stored, they for a very long time. And if you want some just steady state fats to complement with your protein shake, as long as you measure it out, it can actually be really effective. I highly recommend you get unsalted. Salt isn't the issue necessarily for the health. Salt in a good diet is a good thing. Salt in a bad diet is a bad thing. But going to increase your appetite. They taste way better. The best way to get them is unroasted and very raw, but I still like them a little bit roasted. Then getting them unsalted will prevent you from trying to overconsume them too much. Try to stay clear of this. Traditional classic mix having literally candy and it has chocolate in it, that's going to increase your appetite. Anything that has mixed fruit in it, it's going to increase your appetite. You just want the protein and fat, right? You just want a fat source to have on the go. Coconut mix? This shit's candy to me. I would eat this entire bag in a sitting. I've done them. I used to fill up on these all the time in the superstore and just pound them. There's 1,000 calories in a sitting. So try to stay away from the dried fruit variety. Another really good essential is going to be oat packages. Now, typically, I wouldn't necessarily buy this in the city of. I'd buy it beforehand at home and bring a bunch of packs. Or you could buy it when you get there. That's fine. To-go packs are so effective. And it's a great carb source that you can complement with a protein shake. I put it right into my protein shake, or I can make a small little bowl of oatmeal with it. And it's gonna give me more fiber, good amount of carbs. For the most part, they leave me satiated as long as I have some fruit or some other fats with them. We get the regular. I wouldn't get the sweetened kind. That is just me personally. If you don't find that it spikes your appetite to have something that has a little bit of sugar in it, don't worry about it. I find I get enough flavor from my protein powder. This leaves more satisfied just having it plain. Okay, one of my last essentials is going to be a little yogurt package. I always used to have these. Source, no sugar added, 40 calories per package. Now, I don't necessarily just use it as a protein source because it's not a ton of protein with being just plain yogurt. I'm going to put protein powder in it anyways. You can get the higher protein content ones. The Greek yogurt, there's Icelandic yogurt packs, but they are significantly more expensive. I'm trying to do this cost effectively. 16 for $8. Some Greek yogurts are like $4 or $5 for a 4-pack. It's just nowhere near as cost effective. My protein powder put into this, it makes it more cost effective just mixing a plain yogurt with your protein powder. Okay, I think I did pretty good on that haul because it was only 36 bucks, and I'm gonna be using that over at least 3 to 4 days, and some of them are even gonna last me for a full week with the oats. And we'll see how long it lasts before I need to go refill that stock. Then we head to the supplement store, and I would hit this up before I go on my trip because there are 2 essentials that I would bring along with me, and they make such a difference for satiety and having food on the go. And another one of the essentials is going to be, ironically, essential amino acids. Not because the amino acids do a significant thing for muscle building. That's not the important thing. I have just always found good satiety with them. I am yet to find a drink that gives me electrolytes and gives me satiety and tastes good. But that's what's really important, that if you get an essential amino acid supplement, sure it has some magnesium and potassium in them, and then I would put some salt in it as well, and you got an electrolyte drink. I typically have these before my workouts or after them, or between meals when I'm getting hungry. And this is huge because when you're on the road, you're gonna feel like I would love to eat, but maybe I'm tied up in a meeting, or you're trying to hold off your appetite between meals. A little bag of this on the go, and it can follow you anywhere, and you make up a little essential amino acid mix, not having really any calories, which is great. This is a huge appetite hack. I highly recommend that you do, especially if you're traveling on the go. And of course, I would actually have protein bars as well. Protein bars are great for on the go. The problem is they're only gonna come generally around 20 grams or less of protein. But I would team it up with a protein shake, because the protein shake doesn't allow you to masticate. You're actually not chewing food. This gives me that chewing experience. So you might just want to snack between meals. But I'm gonna try Quest this week and we'll see how I digest it. I'm gonna be going through a bunch of different protein bars and seeing how well they digest, because that's always a concern with protein bars. With some of the sweeteners in them, you gotta be careful because they could cause you some gut disruption. Might make you feel a little bit bloated and gassy. So Quest I usually handle well, and we're gonna try that this week.
Okay, so here are some supplements I didn't need to pick up, but I would make sure that you have on hand. Get a protein powder. It's the most cost-effective form of protein readily available. Now, whey protein isolate has way less of a chance of gut disruption. If you feel like you get an upset stomach in whey, you might be having a blend and it might have some lactose in it, so try an isolate. Now, you could also try even a hydrolyzed whey. The hydrolyzed whey will have 9.999% of all the lactose removed from it, so it's a very low chance. Now, you could also try a plant-based one. Just make sure you team it up with an essential amino acid mix. Second one I recommend is actually going to be a veggie greens. Not everyone agrees with me, but I have found that a veggie greens powder actually helps me stave off colds a lot better. When I didn't take them, I got colds easier. Since I've been back on them, I actually haven't gotten a cold. And I can't get micronutrients very easily on the road. Now, this doesn't totally replace it. I'm still gonna try to get some more micronutrients, but it's a great way to hedge your bets, and I think it's more helpful than even a multivitamin because it's in a more natural state. I don't think you need to get the AG one, the really expensive one. Get the cheapest one that you can get. Just get exposure to some veggies, and I think it'll do a great job. Next few I recommend you should be having anyways. Do you need to bring them on the road? Arguably not. But if you want to be on top of your health, I would recommend them. So, omega-3s, great for heart health, great for brain health, long-term development. This is an essential supplement for everyone for long-term health. Unless you're able to get salmon like 2 to 3 times a week, then I still think it's worth hedging your bets. So what I would do is magnesium. Now, I like magnesium citrate because it helps me digest food better. There's other reasons to have magnesium. You could do magnesium threonate. It helps reduce anxiety, people can focus better. Magnesium glycinate is good for women on their menstrual cycles, so whatever works for you, but have a magnesium supplement because it's hard to get from food even when you're at home. And then vitamin D. Now, if you're traveling and you got nice sun, you can get it every day, don't worry about it. Not traveling, or when you are traveling, you're actually stuck indoors a lot, vitamin D with you. And if you didn't bring these on the road, it's not the end of the world. 3 or 4 days, you can easily make up for it. Personally, when I'm trying to hedge my bets on my health, I bring these along with me. This is one that's kind of debatable. I don't think you have to bring your creatine on the road, but you can. The thing is it's a fine white powder, so bringing that on a plane can be a little tricky. Put it in a bag and label it as creatine. At least if you label it, they're not gonna question what this fine white powder is so quickly. Probably still gonna test it, but it'll be a lot less suspicious. Now, if you didn't go with creatine for 3 or 4 days, it's not the end of the world. But if you wanna hedge your bets on your power, you're worried about your strength performance, this does help, okay? Not everyone needs creatine. I want to be stronger, so I'm going to keep using my creatine. So that's my list for the essentials. That's what I started off with ahead of time between the grocery store and supplements. And there are other things I'll pick up along the way, and you'll see how other essentials can come in. But those have been my routine habits when I have traveled in the past, and they work quite well. Make sure to keep following because I'm gonna have a ton of great ideas for this fat loss challenge as far as how you can eat on the go, still lose body fat, and honestly enjoy your life at the same time. This fast food fat loss or fat loss on the go, I'm not sure what to call it. Please leave a comment below. I'm really curious. What sounds better, fat loss on the go or fast food fat loss? I can't decide.